going on, everyone? It's been a while. Yes, I'm apologising again for the lack of uploads. It happens often, but I have a real excuse this time. For the past 2 weeks, I've been full of the cold. I have not been able to breathe out my nose. My nose has been so congested and runny, and I've been blowing it all the time. My nose has been red and sore. I've had a cough and a sore throat, and I've just felt absolutely rubbish. You know how you feel when you've got the cold? It's literally the worst thing on earth. And obviously there is no cure for the common cold, so you just kind of have to wait it out. So for that reason, there's been no videos, because simply I didn't want to film like that, and I didn't want you guys to see me like that. It wasn't nice at all. You can still kind of hear it in my voice probably that I'm a little bit still congested, but I can breathe now, so that's good, and I'm not sore, but my nose is still a tiny bit clogged up, but that's gross, Clay, that's really gross. But I've been missing you guys like mad, and I have a lot of videos to make, lots of content ideas, so I had to come back. I missed you guys, I really did. How are you? How are you doing? But without further ado, let's get into today's video. This video is about my biggest insecurity. I have a condition. This sounds gross. I have a sweat condition on my hands, and my hands get extremely sweaty when it's not even hot. And I'm not saying extremely sweaty like they go very hot and like a little bit kind of clammy. My hands literally drip sometimes when it's not hot, I'm not even warm. The rest of my body's not even warm. My hands are dripping with sweat. This does sound really gross, and it is. I don't blame you for being disgusted in me. Feel free to be disgusted in me, because I'm disgusted with myself. But I've dealt with this since high school, and I always thought it was my anxieties that made me sweaty and that made my hands sweat, because I was very anxious at school. But this has continued all the way up till now, and I'm 25 and it still happens. So I really looked into it a couple of months ago, and I seen what I can kind of do about it. A few years ago when I was at school, I did go to the doctors to see what was wrong with me. They said this could be diabetes, so they took my blood, and then their test results came back. They said, nope, you don't have diabetes. And that was the end of that. The doctors really didn't go much further into what I should do about my sweaty hands. So I kind of forgot about it for a few years until a couple of months ago, and I started Googling it. I wanted to find out what was actually wrong with me and get to the bottom of this. And I found out I have this. I have a condition where people get extremely sweaty hands for no reason at all. And there isn't necessarily a cure for it. You can get sprays, you can get creams, you can get powders, you could try everything, but it just depends on you, what's going to work for you and your sweaty hand problems. For me, I tried everything and I couldn't find anything. I tried the old deodorant trick, putting deodorant on your hands because deodorant stops sweat. I've tried powders, I've tried everything, to say the least, and nothing has helped my hands. I even looked into the extreme cure of sweat gland removal surgery. That's a mouthful, sweat gland removal surgery. And you know what, I'm still kind of tempted. But before I rushed into getting surgery to remove my sweat glands, how do they even do that? I stumbled across this little company called Gamergoo. Now Gamergoo is a hand cream that is catered towards gamers who get sweaty hands when they're gaming, because their controllers get slippery, they lose grip of their controllers, and they don't play very well. But I seen Gamergoo online, and I thought, I wonder if this actually works, and will it work for my extreme hands? So I reached out to people at Gamergoo, and I told them what my problem was, and I told them that I had this condition, and I didn't know if Gamergoo would work to this extreme. I thought maybe it just worked if you're a little bit sweaty, playing games, a little bit clammy, but I didn't know if it actually worked for my condition. People over at Gamergoo, Justin, he's an awesome guy, he says, you know what, let's try it. I'll send you out a little sample pack of stuff for you to try to see if this will work for your condition, and I hope it does. And I said, alright, I'm down to try this. So I tried it. So Justin very kindly sent me over a package in which I got a couple of cool things in it. A cool thing about Gamergoo is that they have loads of different scents. I was going to say flavors, but you don't eat these. You do not eat these. I think it's really cool that they have loads of different scents, so you can pick kind of your preference or your favorite kind of smell. But the ones I have with me today that they sent me 4 of their little sample packs, which each has 5 uses in each pack. Orange, teakwood, cinnamon, and vanilla sugar. And he kindly gifted me peppermint and cherry blossom in the tops. As you can see, I haven't opened the little sample packs, but I have opened the peppermint and the cherry blossom. My favourite of these two is the cherry blossom, because I love cherries and I love the smell of cherry stuff. All you gotta do is apply a pea size. That's such a small amount. Like, how is this gonna take away my sweat? So you wanna rub the cream in, obviously, until it's all gone, and leave it just a couple of seconds until it dries out. Oh, that's so good. Just that tiny pea-sized amount of goo keeps your hands dry for up to 4 hours. For me, when the 4 hours is up and I feel my hands starting to sweat again, I just use another blob, but I do use Gamergoo on the daily. So the question you're asking is, Chloe, does this work for you? My answer is yes. I honestly, I can't believe it, and I didn't think this would work because I've struggled for so long to find something that does cure my problem. After you rub it into your hands kind of feel like you've put powder on them. Something in the cream, I'm no scientist, but it turns into like a powder, and it feels like you've had powder on your hands to stop the sweat forming in your sweat glands. However they do it, however the scientists create Gamergoo, it works, and it works well. After I tried this out, I got back in contact with Justin, who is the owner of Gamergoo, and I told him that this helped me out and that I was so thankful for finally finding something that actually cures my sweat problem. Justin said, obviously, that's great news that Gamergoo helps, and he offered me a partnership called Chloe on Gamergoo. That works. And that's the announcement. I am partnered with Gamergoo. So there's the story of how that came around, me being partnered with Gamergoo. But I wanted to give you that backstory to tell you that I'm not just partnering with Gamergoo like that just because they offered me it. It's because I genuinely tried out this product and it genuinely helped me out. There was no talks of a partnership beforehand. I genuinely wanted to try this product. I had no intention of becoming partnered with this product. I just genuinely wanted to see if it would help me out, and it does. And I'm so happy to be a part of the Gamergoo team and be partnered with Gamergoo because I use it every single day. My sweaty hands has been such an issue for me, and an insecurity that I always hated people looking at my hands because they'd think, ew, why are they dripping like that? Like I said, you can now use code Chloe on Gamergoo for a little bit of a discount. So if you're like me and you have a sweaty hand condition, or if you just get kind of clammy hands when you're gaming and want to stop that, check out Gamergoo's website, check out their scents and pick some up. Maybe grab a couple samples to see if it actually works for you, and let me know if it works for you because I'll be genuinely interested. So huge shout out to Justin and everybody over at Gamergoo for wanting to partner with me. I really appreciate it. I love this company. That is all I have for you today in this video, but you'll be happy to know that I am back because I am feeling much better. So videos should be back to normal, coming out a couple of times a week, and hopefully my streams will be back now as well, that I'm not all congested and gross. Alright, I'll see you in the next one.